What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Retro, and I'm back with another video. And today we are going to get into our predictions for tomorrow night's SummerSlam 2025 for the first time ever, night 1 and night 2. Now, this is legendary. We never thought that this was ever going to happen. SummerSlam is like the second WrestleMania for WWE. Like, if we're being real, it's the biggest party of the summer. I don't know not one wrestler that doesn't want to be a part of this event. This event has carried some of the best matches that's ever been seen in the history of pro wrestling. Like, everybody wants to be a part of this event. It's always in stadiums. It's always lit. It's always vibey. Like, it's true when they say it's the biggest party of the summer because it's overly unpredictable. It's filled with one of the most triumphant returns, and you don't want to miss a pay-per-view like this because it's so beautiful and it's so well done that, like, people, I just don't see why you would want to miss a premium live event like this. But I want to know who y'all think is going to return this year's SummerSlam, because if we know, like, Becky Lynch returned at 2021, Roman Reigns returned at 2020, birthing the Tribal Chief 2022, you know what I'm saying, Damage Control form 2023, Jimmy Uso returned to turn on his brother in 2024. Last year, Roman Reigns came back as the OTC after his loss at WrestleMania. So I really want to know who y'all think is going to return, because there are endless possibilities. So many things are unpredictable, and I can't wait to see y'all's replies and just everything that y'all think about this year's SummerSlam. So the first match for SummerSlam Saturday Night 1 is Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Now, let's be real. Karrion Kross has been, getting a babyface pop for the longest time now. He is very fantastic at what he does, creating noise for himself, having people get on his side. He's trended a couple times on Twitter for like the push Karrion Kross stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, his contract does expire this month, and I do hope he gets like an extension or he gets a re-sign. But I really don't see him winning this match, just because he said it himself that he really does not care if he wins or loses with anybody that he has any type of problem with. Like, because eventually people are going to die in time. Now, I do feel like Sami's going to win, considering the fact that, Sami is, he's going to be a world champion from here. And I'm assuming that he's probably going to turn heel on his way to becoming a world champion, because that's really the only way Sami will become champion. Because I feel like a lot of things with Sami in his head are just like certain plotting ways to turn on the people who he calls his brothers, like Jey Uso, like, other people who he's friends with, like a multitude of other people who he's friends with, like Cody Rhodes, if Cody Rhodes isn't gonna turn heel already, which we will get to that. But Sami Zayn, he really needs to be that ruthless Sami Zayn that I know he can be. And the only way he can do that is turning heel. And he can do that, solidifying that, by beating Karrion Kross. So yes, I do have Sami Zayn winning this match. The next match is Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Judgment Day and Raquel and Roxanne Perez. This match, now I would lie to you to say if I even cared to the least bit about this match, because I don't. But at the same time, I kind of like what Charlotte and Alexa are doing with their gimmicks, how they're not really friends. And, Raquel and Roxanne kind of just like, holding down the tag team division, which in my honest opinion, I think these titles should be retired. I already said what I need to say about these championships when I need to say it. It's just, I don't feel like they have any much value anymore, considering there are people who are getting opportunities who are not even real teams. But overall, if we're talking about returns, let's talk about Liv Morgan, because that's one thought that I had about this match, considering that, what does Liv Morgan think about all this, considering Finn Balor is kind of manipulating Dominic with the whole, this is what Liv would want, why wouldn't you do this if Liv would want you to do it, like, just kind of manipulating. And we all know Liv doesn't really trust Finn Balor. She's expressed this multiple times. She does not trust him. And he kind of put Roxanne in there to kind of as a replacement and as a distraction for Dominic. And we've seen this multiple times within, Finn Balor nodding his head at Roxanne, trying to get her to tempt Dominic and all this shit. Like, I feel like it's all this big plan. But yeah, I do feel like Liv Morgan will probably return and cause Raquel and Roxanne tag team titles, and Alexa Bliss and Charlotte will win. Next match, we have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Now, I disagree with this match on so many levels. I don't care about this match. It's fucking stupid. Just last year, fucking Drew McIntyre was fighting CM Punk in CM Punk's debut televised match back. Like, it was just so dumb. It was so ignorant. It was so unnecessary. I disagree with it on so many levels. And I don't care about this match. I mean, probably Randy Orton and Jelly Roll win this match, considering, it's Jelly Roll's first match, and, they want to make a good impression for him, and they want to make him look good. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care too much about this match. Move on. Next match is Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I feel like this championship has been elevated since Becky has had it. Because if we all remember, they did want Becky Lynch, Lyra, and Bayley to main event Evolution, because this match was the most talked about. It was the most hyped. Like, they wanted this match, and I heard that match was like almost match of the night, but I'll save that for another time to talk about. But overall, I feel like this match will be the solidification of just where this championship is and where it's gonna be from now on forward, no matter who wins this match. But for some odd reason, I do feel like Lyra is gonna win this championship back, because Becky only had the one objective, and that was to elevate this championship to what it needed to be. And Lyra just needing to, hold on to that standard as long as she holds on to the championship from there on forward. But yeah, this match is a no disqualification match, and anything goes. But I know this match will be violent, and I know they both will put on a show. So hopefully this match will be a banger, and I do have Lyra winning the title back. Next match is Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Now, this match was one of the most talked about potential matches for the past months. Like, I always thought in my head who I thought should win, considering, Jay is one of the hottest stars. Tiffany's also one of the hottest stars. They both really have their convictions. I don't really know too much about Jade winning, considering, it's just she doesn't really do it for anybody anymore. And Tiffany Stratton, it's like she's really over with the crowd. She's one of the biggest babyface women in the company. Like, everybody likes her. She's very fun to watch, to wrestle. Like, she's extremely good in the ring. But for some reason, I do have Jade winning, considering, she's been grinding a lot. She knows what she's doing. She's been waiting in line long enough. And, you know what I'm saying? This is her opportunity. Like, I don't see why she couldn't beat Tiffany Stratton. So, yeah, I do have Jade Cargill winning, just because it should be about her time now. Next match, which is the main event, in CM Punk versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, let me tell y'all, bro, I have been waiting on this match for the longest time. Like, in my head, I've been thinking how this match should go. I'm so hyped for this match. Like, I'm almost more hyped for this match than I am about the Night 2 main event. Like, generally I am. Just because, CM Punk had the best match on WrestleMania Night 1 with Roman himself, and Gunther being one of the best wrestlers in the world. I know they'll make magic. And CM Punk and his ability to, work everybody who he's in the ring with, bring the best out of them, make sure they look good. But for some reason, I know CM Punk is going to win. But at the same time, I do feel like Seth will get in there and try to cash in. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I definitely feel like that. Just because, bro, like, we don't have any type of clarification about Seth's injury. Like, we don't have any MRIs. We don't know how severe the injury is. Seth hasn't told us much. Paul doesn't want to say much. The company itself doesn't want to say much. Like, we don't know if this injury is a work or not. And me being me, I know that, like, Seth is an architect for a reason. I've known the guy for years. He's an architect for a reason. He knows how to manipulate, and he knows how to convince you to think something otherwise. Like, it's Seth Rollins. Like, he's been doing this for years. Let's not act surprised here. But at the same time, let's not forget that aspect of, you know what I'm saying, Roman Reigns possibly getting in there, getting involved, trying to get some revenge. But yeah, my prediction is Seth is probably going to cash in on Punk, and you know what I'm saying, Seth becomes a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know why I forgot about this, but the next match is Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Now, this match, for some reason in my head, I keep thinking Jey Uso is going to turn heel on Roman for some odd reason. But yeah, let me just erase that thought from my mind. I got Roman and Jey winning, obviously, like everybody does, considering it's the only thing that really makes sense if we're talking about a statement being made. But I do see Braun Breaker showing out and just spearing the fuck out of Roman Reigns the whole match. Because if we're talking about the future and just putting people over and making room for the new up-and-coming talent, Braun Breaker is at the front of that list. He's ran roughshod through WWE for the past, 3 years he's been there. And he has made a name for himself on that main roster ever since. Like, he is the real deal. He's not nothing to be played with. Bronson Reed fucking tsunami Seth like fucking 10 times, which earned Seth Rollins respect. And I feel like he's definitely going to show out. But I do have an odd feeling that, you know, Jey Uso is probably going to turn heel on Roman. But at the same time, that could happen. But at the same time, my first thought is, no, Roman and Jey winning this match. Now we get to SummerSlam Sunday Night 2. And the first match there is Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. And I can already feel it that this match will indeed be a banger. Because, like, I just feel it in my spirit. Like, you know, this is, you know, I think Naomi's first time competing at SummerSlam since, you know, she lost her SmackDown Women's Championship to Natalya. But I do have that feeling in my heart that this match will be a banger. Io, you know, she's one of the best. Rhea's one of the best, the biggest star power in the women's division. But I do have Naomi winning this match, plain and simple, just because her reign it needs to be something special. It needs to be something special, especially with Naomi sometimes getting the criticism that she does, and she doesn't really get as much credit as she does as for her character work. But yeah, I do got Naomi winning, plain and simple. The next match, Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the U.S. Championship in a steel cage match. Now, this match can have a lot of deciding factors, and it can have a multitude of layers within the bloodline getting involved, Jimmy Uso getting involved, and just everything that's predictable to everybody. But there also could be a return that could be involved within Zilla Fatu potentially coming back. Or not coming back, well, yeah, making his debut in WWE, helping Solo Sikoa. But we also have the aspect of Tama Tonga returning to help Jacob Fatu. Now, I say Jacob Fatu because if we remember, like, Tama Tonga was always by Jacob Fatu's side. Just because, you know, that's his family. That's who he wants to be around, people who he know is really dangerous and not vulnerable and all that stuff. And Tama Tonga, you know, he really doesn't really rock with Solo like that, considering, you know, he's kind of a boss. And he's always given that vibe to me as a person who just does not rock with Solo like that. He just gave me that vibe. I don't know the type of vibe that he gave y'all, but he gave me that vibe. But I do have Solo retaining, and I got Jacob Fatu going to fight for the WWE Championship sometime soon. Just my prediction, and that's it. The next match, we have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the IC Championship. And for some reason, I do have Finn Balor possibly turning on Dominic and AJ Styles becoming the champion. And also, I have that reasoning because potentially they've been talking about Dominic, being the face of AAA. Y'all all know what's going on with Dominic and AAA. He came there, ran that shit, became the Stone Cold Steve Austin of Mexico, tore it down, got the biggest pop out of any of your favorites right now, and fucking just ran that shit. And I don't think he needs to do that with the Intercontinental Championship on his shoulder. I think that AJ Styles needs to win it. On top of that, I do think that AJ Styles needs a couple more title runs before he retires completely. And I do feel like he's definitely the perfect person to take it from Dominic, considering, they don't really have much to do for Dominic with that championship. So, yes, I do have AJ Styles winning and Finn Balor turning on Dominic. Okay, funny story. While in the middle of editing this video, I did realize that I missed out on one match for WrestleMania Sunday, which was the 6-man tag team championship ladder match. Now this match involves the Wyatt Six, Fraxium, the Street Profits, the Motor City Machine Guns, Andrade and Ray Phoenix, and DIY. Now I know this match is gonna be good, and I'm pretty excited for it, but I don't know, for some reason I do have probably Fraxium winning, because I feel like, they want more of a new team to kind of represent SmackDown right now. And I'm kind of glad that they're getting this recognition, because I was pissed off when that Triple Threat TLC Tag Team Championship match wasn't on Mania, because that World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match that they had with the New Day and the War Raiders was fucking horrible, and it was really distasteful. So hopefully that this match can really be good, which I know it will be good. Shout out to the Wyatt Six. Shout out to everybody in this match. Shout out to SummerSlam for making this match happen. And yeah, bro, that's my prediction. And yeah, sorry, I forgot about it. The next and final match, we have the main event, which is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship match. In this match, a multitude of things can happen. This is the most unpredictable SummerSlam main event of all time. We don't know if John Cena is going to retain, Cody Rhodes is going to win and turn heel. We don't know who's going to return, who's going to get involved, who, is possibly behind the scenes trying to get, we don't know anything. We don't know much. And it's just there's so many possibilities for this match that I've read, that I've thought about, that I've just slept on. There's so many possibilities for this match that nobody, and I mean nobody, would ever expect. Especially in the case of John Cena potentially going face for the rest of his retirement run, and Cody Rhodes going heel, and a possible rematch with him and Roman Reigns, a babyface Roman Reigns. There's so many possibilities here. For example, we got The Rock potentially being in there. We got, Seth potentially choosing to cash in on whoever wins this match. We have that aspect of Roman Reigns stopping Seth Rollins. We have potentially John Cena still winning and retaining, and possibly losing his championship to somebody like Drew McIntyre, or probably Gunther after he loses to CM Punk. We really do not know. But my final verdict is Cody Rhodes beating John Cena and turning heel, and possibly aligning with The Rock, and Seth Rollins being aligned with them. And I say Seth Rollins, The Rock, and Cody Rhodes all being heels along with that is because it's the ultimate heel bad guy central, bro. The Rock possibly has a problem with Roman Reigns. Seth has a problem with Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes kind of has a problem with Roman Reigns, and they all have a problem with CM Punk now. They all could take over, especially with a heel Rock. a heel Cody Rhodes as WWE champion and a heel Seth Rollins as world champion with Braun and Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman. Like, let's think about it. That is a cool idea. Now, y'all can say what y'all want, but in my head, that is a cool idea of those people running WWE. Like, that would be a cool idea. And on top of that, we all do want John Cena to, you know what I'm saying, go face the rest of this retirement tour, because I see a lot of regret on John Cena's face when seeing him do this retirement tour as a heel. It's like, it's not something that he wants to partake in anymore, especially being that, you know, how John Cena was his whole career. Just being this guy who is so positive with the fans and just like caring so much about what the fans want, and, you know what I'm saying, taking consideration to their needs and stuff like that. It's just John Cena, it'll be best if he does this retirement tour as a face. But that's all I have to say for now. Thank you guys for watching my predictions video. I know I made a lot of speech mistakes in this video, but at the same time, bro, not perfect. I don't have the best predictions or the best theories, but at the same time, I speak my mind. I do what I need to do. And yeah, bro, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I love y'all. See y'all soon. Peace.